Good morning, friends. Bobcat here in the Artline Studios on a lazy Sunday morning. I am working on just practice. I need to get back into the actual practice of painting. And let me show you some fun stuff. So that was the first painting I've done in just a couple years. That was the next one, and and this is the next. This is a based off a photo from the Diorama restaurant in, I think it's Osaka, Japan. And I got drippy paint here, and yes, I use old license plates as paint palettes because they're metal, they're non-porous, they have a smooth surface, and when they're done, I can cut them up and do interesting crap with them, or just recycle them and don't feel bad. Anyway, this restaurant in Japan, basically the guy, model train enthusiast, which I love, and his restaurant wasn't doing so good, and so he, unrelated to that, found a stray cat outside, and God bless him, he took it in, took care of this kitten, and then just let it play around on his model railroad. If you think in terms of scale, you have Godzilla-sized cats running around this model railroad. It's adorable. You should absolutely look this up. But people came to see it and support him. And his restaurant took off. It's just a little cafe, And his restaurant took off, and now he's got a second location, I think. I don't know where, but I want to go see him someday. Just partly to get my own reference photos, but because it's so cute, and I love trains, and I love cats. So that sounds fun. Back to work, back to practice, and it's just practice. Especially that little group portrait was pretty bad. But I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I enjoy the labor. I enjoy the practice itself, and that's how I've come to actually really enjoy doing my own art. These larger paintings, I don't do them for an audience. I don't do them for clout or for viral or whatever. But yeah, it's a quiet morning. There's been a lot going on. As studio renovation goes, we're waiting on the final inspection. Please, no more inspections. The county came in, had to do a couple of things. I had to put a return on the stair railing. HVAC system apparently needed its own separate mechanical permit, and the company that did it, I'm having them do a retroactive permit, which happens all the time. But basically having them do a retroactive permit so that can get re-inspected as it was done properly, which it was. I should know. I could have done it. I just chose not to. But so that has to get re-inspected with the permit. That permit has to get stamped, and then that permit goes to this other permit for the final stamp by the county. And I want to just bury myself in the yard. Also, now we've got the house itself desperate in need of new siding. The deck that we had was old and rotten, and we tore the deck down, had a slab concrete patio put in. We may put in a screened-in porch, next year later, I don't know. But the siding needs to be redone on the house. It's the original, maybe from the 50s. The house was built in like 39, 41, and this is some metal siding. I think it's aluminum, probably from the 50s or the 70s. It's ancient, it's falling apart. So we had a siding quote come in. The siding is now about $18,000, but the extra heavy-duty electrical crap that runs the house and runs the studio has to get taken off of the house so siding can be put in underneath of it. And that surprising process is about, the first quote was $10,000 just for that. So if you want to buy a painting and help me put some siding on my freaking house, I'd be grateful. Cheers for that. And in motorcycle news, my fun and exciting 2023 Ural Gear Up has broken down. So I did some donuts in the snow, had a great time, and it was running just fine. So I put it up, for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. Put it up on the driveway, and I had to move it because we were getting some landscaping work done, getting a tree taken down, and so I had to move it so it didn't get out of the way. So I started it up, and within a minute, It was cold, so it was like roar, 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 and then started up. But within a minute, it started backfiring, started sputtering, and I'm not really used to that sort of thing, so I wasn't really clear what I was listening for. It's backfiring, it's sputtering, and I thought, oh, maybe it's cold. It'll sort itself out because with fuel injection, it kind of varies its own RPMs as it's warming up. And it was doing that, and I'm like, oh, it'll sort itself out. Not even 5 minutes later, it's still doing it. I take a peek outside, and one of the exhaust headers is glowing red. I mean, the cylinder, the engine itself was barely warm to the touch. I could lean on it, and it felt like warm toast, but that's it. But the exhaust header was glowing bright red, and I freaked out and shut it off. And so now I've got to take it up to the dealer, and which is 4 hours away. So I have to either arrange for borrow a friend's trailer, because the trailer I tried to rent from U-Haul didn't fit, it was too small, and that was precluded by me paying $500 to get a trailer hitch put on the minivan to haul the trailer. So it's just like one thing after another. So I'm looking to buy a trailer maybe, or I guess buy a trailer kit from like Northern Tool or something like that. The Harbor Freight 4-foot trailer is a little narrow for my taste because the wheels would be right on the very edge of that, and I am profoundly uncomfortable with that little clearance of a 4-foot wide trailer. So I got looking at like a 5-foot utility trailer from Northern Tool and blah, 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 blah. I'm hoping to get the dealership to come pick the bike up because I know they delivered it to me. They've got a regular delivery service that comes and goes through the DC area with some frequency, so the driver themselves told me. And so I'm really hoping that they'll come pick it up, take it away, fix it. I'm hoping the valves aren't damaged. I'm hoping the catalytic converter isn't damaged, and I'm really skeptical because that on the left side where that glowing exhaust header was, that catalytic converter is super rusty. So I know that got crazy hot compared to the other one. If it was working fine, they should both be the same deterioration because they were roughly the same temperature, right? So I got to get that hauled up. But so my new Ural is out of commission, and I'm trying really, really hard to not have buyer's regret, to not want to say, take the bike back, give me my money back. It's frustrating. And on some exciting news, some other news. I'm not going to talk about this a whole hell of a lot more, I don't think. I don't know, we'll see. But take a look at this. Yeah. Yep, that's. If you know what that is, then you know what's going on. If you don't know what that is, ask your mom. So that's coming up. And I'm terrified. I'm not going to say that I had the best example of parents growing up. I didn't have the best family life growing up. But this is the creation of the universe in action. I don't see, for me, the forces, the energy, whatever you want to call it, the spirit, whatever, that compels us to make this is not terribly different from all life. Like, this is just an extension of life going on. But let me tell you, it's weird. It's really, really weird. But yeah, so I got that going for me. And if all goes well, then we'll have a new member of the studio family coming in mid-June. The first couple of times didn't. We were looking at twins about a year ago, and there was a miscarriage. And then we tried again, and there was another one. So we're not going to. This is exciting, but I'm cautious. I don't know. I don't have words for these feelings related to this. No one has given me anything like this before to deal with, and so very big thoughts about the future and very few words to describe them. So that's what's going on with me. back to painting, chilling out with music on a lazy Sunday morning. I hope you are safe and well fed wherever you are. I wish you mucho amor. And be safe out there. I don't know. I'm tired. Cheers.